Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to take a minute to go over really quickly my budgeting and goal setting workbook. I just wanted to kind of be able to have a video available for you guys so you guys can see exactly how to set this up and see whether or not this is something that you'd be interested in investing in for you and your family to kind of get you set up on working on that budget and setting some goals. You can find this on my blog at ashleymarieplans.com. These worksheets are an instant download, so as soon as you buy them, you get to download them right away. You'll want to print out the pages that you are going to be using right away, so I wouldn't suggest printing out January through May, as you really don't need them right now, but you can use them, once December rolls around, you can print them because they are undated, so you can use them at any time. On my blog, I will be linking some of my favorite things from Amazon that I use to get my binder set up and stuff that I replenish throughout the year as well. So I'm going to jump right into this. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to send me a message and I would be more than happy to help you. I am most active on Instagram at ashleymarie_plans and on my blog, like I said, at ashleymarieplans.com. But please feel free to send me a message. So we're going to jump right in. This is just my logo, and then we have the name of this, which is Budgeting and Goal Setting Workbook. This is where you would put your name. So here I like to note that just because it's a new year or a new time for you doesn't mean it's a new you. So the same you have all kinds of great characteristics that you're going to want to hold on to, but you may have some bigger goals and you might just want to set some more intentional plans. So just kind of try to think of that in that light. So new year, same you, just with bigger goals and more intentional plans. So here are where you're going to list maybe your top 3 things that come to mind about last year. So what are 3 things that just really stand out? For me, it could be that I found this debt-free community that I was able to pay off, get in the habit of paying things off pretty quickly. Another thing would be, before I found this community, I was wasting money on so many different things. And another big thing would be for us that we moved, and since we did find this debt-free community before we moved, we were able to set ourselves up for success by budgeting for things that we needed along the way. So down here is top 3 goals for this year. You can think about what are the 3 things you really want to work on for this year. For me, it's going to be paying off my car. That's one big thing I want to do this year. So this one step, choosing a goal and sticking to it, changes everything. This is a great quote. I love that quote. So I thought I would put that on there for a reminder for you guys. All right, so here I have these next few pages are going to be what each month looks like. It's just going to be, the name of it at the top and then a different color to represent that month. But they're generally all the same. No month has anything different. So, so here, the first thing I do is I list all the dates out. So first I go through and date everything. Then I will pull out my workbook and I will have it off to the side along with my computer so that I can see exactly when each bill is due. So these are always due on the 1st. And I like to note that it's also due on the 15th. I should have wrote that there because we split our mortgages in half. So I just should have wrote it there. But this is where I list off everything. And once it's paid, I make a check mark. So once it's cleared our bank, I go back and make a check mark so that I'm good to go. So that's this month at a glance. I also created a video when I, moved in to these worksheets or got myself set up for the next month. I did film it, so I will link that video here shortly as well. As soon as I'm able to get that up, I will make that available for you guys. But yeah, it's just a really cool, it's just, it's fast forwarded, or it's just at a high speed so that you can just get the gist of it. So that's that, the month at a glance. The next one is a goal page. So here you're going to list what your top 3 financial goals are for the month. These are mine: paying $1,000 to my car, $800 towards my student loans, and saving $300. So here we have, if you have any big things that you want to budget for, like birthdays, important events, this is where you would list that out so that it's not a surprise for you. And then my top 3 personal goals for the month. So think about what are some of the areas that you want to improve on this month or be more intentional about. So for me, I want to make sure that I'm working out at least 4 times a week, that I'm waking up at 4 a.m. on work days to get my stuff done and, spend time on me in the morning. And then last but not least, work every day in my new devotional. I got a new one and I think it's really going to be helpful to me, and I really want to make sure that I devote the time that I need to myself in there. So this is a really important page. So this is a paycheck tracker. So in the sheets, when you download them, there's just one sheet. So when you print this out, you'll have to print 2 of these if you get paid twice. If you get paid 4 times, you would print 4 of them out. However many you need for that month, you can print that many pages. I just didn't want to take up the size of the download and put multiple in there for each month, and there's no telling how many each person needs. So I'll just give you a just real quick of how I do this. So I write the name or the date of when we're getting paid, the amount. This is both my husband and myself. Here I have listed out our monthly bills. So like I said before, we split our mortgage. So that's half of each of those payments that's due. Our kids' savings is all the stuff that we have. This is the amount. I forgot to list my car there, but that is my car. And then I put the total, our grand total here, for our bills, and then I put our sinking funds over here. I will be doing another video on sinking funds. It's too much for just this overview. But they're essentially just small little savings accounts you save into each month, so that way when you need new clothes, you can pull from this. When you need to get your hair done, when you're going to get your nails done, whatever, you've budgeted for it, so you can just pull it out of that account right there. If you're saving for a vacation, this is a sinking fund is very ideal for something like that. So then we take that. So I take my amount of my checks, I subtract my monthly bill amount, my sinking funds amount, and that leaves me with my extra debt savings. So this is what I have in total. I have not put anything concrete down because life happens. We had mold and termites in our bathroom. We have to completely redo the downstairs bathroom. Our downstairs flooded the other day because our washer, just the list goes on and on. It really just does. So I don't like to put anything set in stone. So I just know that I have $715.97 to work towards my goals of this is what I want to do. So I'm going to have to be very intentional about making sure that I'm able to take all this into practice and use this amount down at the bottom. So that's my paycheck tracker. A reminder, if you have more than one paycheck, just make sure you print that paycheck tracker out more than once. All right, so now our expense tracker. So here we have just boxes for you to list out all your categories that you're spending in. I personally just track my cash envelopes because that's where I would overspend, because those are my areas that I may overspend in. I'm not going to go, maybe you are someone that goes crazy with clothes. So having a sinking fund, something that would be monitored in your bank account, swiping your bank card. If you're not good with stuff like that, don't have something that you're more likely to just spend a lot of money on. Don't let that be something in your bank account. If you're someone that loves to shop and spend money on clothes, I would, suggest putting that in a cash envelope. So, here I have listed out the transactions that I have been able to record so far for the month of June. I just did this on Sunday, so I only had 2 for Saturday, and I still need to go back and put down exactly what is what. So here I have miscellaneous is in blue. So here's my little legend up here, and my, the blue one is miscellaneous, and then this little reddish one is food. At the end of the month, I'm going to start tallying up each different color, writing the amount, and just highlighting it with that color, so I can just see how much I spent on food, fun, and miscellaneous. So that's how you use your expense tracker. All right, we're down to 3 last pages, and these next 2 are 2 of my absolute favorite. So if you're someone that is really motivated by, seeing that number just go further and further down, this is going to be the page for you. So here, every time I pay a creditor, my mortgage, my car loan, my husband's car loan, my student loan, I think those are only 4 bills. Well, 2 mortgages, 2 mortgages and 2 cars. Yep, and my student loans. So every time I pay them, I write the balance, the interest rate, the minimum payment, and my extra payment, and what that now ending balance is. So let's say I paid my car. I would write, Provident, that's my car loan. My balance is, let's say, $6,000. My interest rate is 3.125. My minimum payment is, I think, $249 something. So I paid $300 though. So I would take that $300, subtracting what my minimum payment is, that would be my extra payment. Now here's my new balance. So every time I get paid, that $300 comes out. So that's what I would put there. But let's say I'm hopefully going to be able to pay, an extra, maybe like an extra $200 this paycheck, $250 maybe, $200. Then I'm going to want to make sure that I list that again. So I'm going to put you know, wherever that lies, because I have to also put everything else down. But so let's say Provident, my balance is now $5,700 because I made that $300 payment. My interest rate, depending on when that interest rate dropped, of course, my minimum payment would be $0 because I already paid that minimum payment up here. And then my extra payment would be just that $300, and I'd write my new balance. So every time that new balance comes down, if you pay it again, you transfer that new balance to over here when you write it out another payment for that. So down here is really cool. This is where you're going to list last month's total debt balance, and then you'll write this month's total debt balance. So you'll take all the most recent transactions, so my most recent car payment, my most recent student loan payment, etc. I'd add all those up to get this month's total debt balance. I'd take that number here, put it down here. I'll subtract last month's by this month's, and that will give me how much I paid in debt this month, or, you know, what went towards my balance basically. And then overall, so this is new for me this year, is the first time, or last May was the first time that I went ahead and did this part. So this part's really cool to see. I got to see that I'd paid over $18,000 in the last 7 months, which I think is amazing, considering I never thought I could do that before. So we're being really intentional. So my starting balance is X, this month's total debt balance, and I would subtract those two to get my difference in the overall balance. So hopefully that will just continue to go down every month. This is hands down one of my 2 favorite tools in this booklet worksheets. But honestly, these would not be possible without the rest. So the rest are great too. That's like doing the dirty work. So you can come over here and just plug numbers in and just really be able to see how you're doing. So that's the Snowball debt repayment plan. And this is net worth. This is my second favorite. This is where you list out all of your assets. So how much is your car worth, your house worth, your 401k worth, all your savings accounts. That's where all this goes, the amount. And then here you list your liabilities. So me and my husband both owe money on our car and our truck. So I would write, how much do I owe on my car? How much does he owe on the truck? How much do we owe on the homes? How much do we owe in student loans? So up here at the top, I forgot to mention, you'll write last month's net worth. So you'll do that. After you've listed out everything here, you're going to take your assets minus your liabilities, and that's how you get your total month net worth. Just assets minus liabilities. That's it. It's just really that simple. If you start out with a negative month net worth, that's fine. A lot of people do. We certainly did before we started getting equity on our house. You know, when you close, you end up closing more for what you offered because of all the fees and all that stuff. So we definitely did not have a positive net worth until we just started gaining equity not that long ago. And then of course now we bought a house that has already just gone up in price. And now that we paid a ton on our cars, we're finally starting to see some equity in there. So we finally have some good stuff going for us, but we once had a negative net worth as well. So don't be afraid if it's low. You just want to make sure that every month it's going up. It doesn't have to go up crazy. It's just that it's going up some, and you'll feel really good about the progress you've made. All right, so the last page of the month is going to be right here. It's going to be your month end reflection. So this is where you're going to want to put, what were your financial wins? Did you make any of those goals that you set? Did I pay off $1,000? Did I pay off more towards my car? What was some of my financial wins? What were some financial opportunities? So I can think of 2 right now. And this is why I added one of the pages in about the birthdays. So I completely forgot about both of my sister's birthdays this month. So that just kind of threw me off. Did I have to borrow and pay credit? No. But did it throw me off? Yes. So that would be a financial opportunity. I did not plan ahead for their birthdays. Shame on me. Personal goal achievements. Did I wake up at 4 a.m. every day like I'd like to? Did I work out as much as I wanted to? What were some achievements? It doesn't even have to be what you put on that front page, but hopefully it's something within there because you set those goals to be intentional about them. Hopefully you'll be able to see some success with it. And then of course down here, you'll write what you were able to do. If you have a side hustle, if you make extra money in any way, you can list that here. We had a garage sale. We sold extra stuff around the house, and yeah, I think that's it. So this is where you'll write the amount for that. And then that's pretty much it. So that is an overview of my worksheets. If you have any questions about these, please let me know. Like I said, they're available on my website, ashleymarieplans.com. Thank you so much. I hope that you subscribe, and I hope that you come back for more videos, and I hope that you love them. If you have any suggestions or anything like that, shoot me a message and I will either be able to make a video for you or, of course, go back and forth with you. Thank you again so much.